Live from WTVO 17 and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
Dozens of people are left without a home after a blaze breaks out inside of a Wisconsin apartment building. We'll share more details coming up. Plus, as COVID restrictions change, local restaurants are looking for employees, but the struggle is to find those looking for work. And one restaurant has had to adapt so far.
It is definitely still a need across the state, as well as everywhere.
Since the pandemic began, food giveaways have been popping up around the state line. Organizers say the plan to host even more to help with those with food insecurities. Good evening, I'm Alexis Carpello. Thanks for joining us tonight. Rockford fire crews are on a scene of a crash. It happened at 6th and 8th Avenue around 4:20 this afternoon. We have limited details right now, but our crew is on scene getting more. We'll provide updates at mystateline.com. A fire breaks out in a Janesville apartment, leaving many without a place to stay. Janesville fire crews got to the Parkview Apartments on Lawrence Street around 3:30 this morning. They saw flames coming from a second floor window. Firefighters rescued 7 residents that were trapped. 2 people were hurt and a pet was killed. The building has heavy smoke damage. 50 residents were affected by this fire. The Red Cross is assisting 25 of them with a place to stay and meals. Crews are still investigating how the blaze started. 2 years have passed since Trooper Brooke Jones Story was killed in the line of duty. Jones Story was inspecting a vehicle on the side of the road when she was hit by a semi on US 20 in Stevenson County. She had served with the Illinois State Police for over a decade. Since Jones' Story death, Illinois lawmakers have cracked down on Scott's law violators. Craig Dittmar, the man who struck and killed Jones' Story, will spend 6 months in jail. He was sentenced on February 3rd of this year. In 2019, Dittmar fell asleep at the wheel and hit the trooper. He pleaded guilty to 2 of the 3 counts against him, including reckless homicide. As restrictions roll back, restaurant owners are facing an issue of finding employees. Michelle Rave caught up with a local restaurant that's run into this problem. They tell her they've had to even shift their hours because of it.
Two weeks ago was our best week yet, and by like a lot. So when our patio, our beer garden does open, there's going to be quite a demand.
General Manager of Rathskeller and Rockford, John Clark, says business has increased, but one issue is holding them back.
The problem we are facing now, which has caused us to pivot again, is staffing. We just are not getting applicants. At this point, we have 0 applications on 3 or 4 different medias that we're trying to push out for applications.
A lack of staff has resulted in the business making some major changes, including reducing their hours.
Unfortunately, that's why you've seen our lunch and breakfast menu go away for the next couple weeks, because we can't guarantee that we can prep every item and have the quality that we know that we can deliver.
It's a problem Clark says many area restaurants are going through.
I've seen other restaurant owners post that they had 12 interviews and 2 showed up. You know, out of those 12, I think obviously unemployment and unemployment benefit extension is going to help the people stay home and get through this tough time. Unfortunately, it's hard to compete with that when they're going to make less going to work.
Clark says a staff of 5 is making it work, but they can always use an extra set of hands.
If we can get through this, we can get through anything. And that's very much real. I don't know what 2021-22 will bring, but the imagination would have to work pretty hard to find it worse.
Reporting in Rockford for your home team, I'm Michelle Rave.
Over 2,000 Illinois residents test positive for COVID today, and 23 more people have died, including a female in her 90s from Ogle County. The statewide test positivity rate is up to 3.6%. Yesterday, over 110,000 residents statewide rolled up their sleeves for the vaccine, bringing the state's total of shots administered to over 5.5 million. Winnebago County has administered over 112,000 shots. The state's rolling average of vaccine vaccines is 103,000 doses a day. A Westside vaccine clinic is expected to open up this coming week. New Zion Baptist Church will host it. The clinic will be appointment-based only, with about 1,000 shots per week given out. Winnebago County Health Department Director Dr. Sandra Martell says Sandy Hollow's vaccination site is progressing too.
We are now up to 1,400 vaccinations per day. We are moving up to 1,500 vaccinations per day. So we are moving along steadily.
The Winnebago County Health Department will have their COVID-19 update at New Zion Baptist Church tomorrow. Local organizations partnered together to help residents that are in need of food. Voices of Inspiration and MOLINA Healthcare hosted a food giveaway today. They had hot meal boxes and PPE items for those who came. Organizers say it's important to have these giveaways as many residents have faced some sort of food insecurity during the pandemic.
As we see, after we continue to have them, the need is still there. A lot of people say, oh, there are food giveaways all over, but as we see today, we're out.
The giveaway was open for 2 hours. More will be planned in the future. We could soon find out if Rockford's 4th of July festivities are back on this year. The 4th of July committee says tomorrow Rockford City Council could approve the permits needed. If this happens, we'll know more details on the potential parade and fireworks across the city. Some senators on Capitol Hill believe there is a path forward on gun reform measures. What measures two bipartisan lawmakers believe have a chance of getting to President Biden's desk.
And cool temperatures and a strong breeze accompanying all that sunshine today. Now the sunshine does stick around through tomorrow, but find out if it'll be any warmer this time around coming up in the forecast. Stay with us.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team, with Alexis Carpello, David Greenberg, and meteorologist Kevin Doom.
A series of deadly mass shootings have sparked a long-time debate in Washington on gun reform measures. Two senators believe there is a way to get significant legislation passed in the Senate. Washington correspondent Kelly Meyer reports on the push for a compromise on Capitol Hill. She's keeping you connected to the nation's capital.
These two senators both have taken on the issue of gun violence, each in their own way, but both see a path forward. One that leads to President Joe Biden's desk.
There's some substantive support.
Pennsylvania Republican Senator Pat Toomey believes his bill to expand background checks on commercial gun sales is something senators on both sides of the aisle can get behind.
A place where there's some common ground.
On NBC Meet the Press, Toomey said two recently passed House bills go too far. They expand background checks to almost every private gun sale and give the FBI more time to complete them.
The bill that passed the House, that doesn't even have 50 votes in the Senate.
Toomey has supported expanded background check legislation for nearly a decade here on Capitol Hill, but each effort has proved unsuccessful. Senator Chris Murphy of Connecticut is leading Democratic efforts to get a gun bill through the Senate.
I think the politics have shifted dramatically since 2013, even since 2016, the last time that we had a vote on background checks.
Murphy says one reason is disarray at the pro-gun National Rifle Association.
I've gotten a lot of calls from Republicans in the Senate who don't want to fight this fight any longer because the NRA's authority is fading.
This time is going to be different.
And Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer is not interested in compromise, at least not yet. He's promising the Senate will take up the tougher House bills and may even consider restrictions on so-called assault weapons.
It won't get 50 votes, much less 60.
On Fox News Sunday, South Carolina Republican Lindsey Graham says he, like Toomey, supports stronger background checks, but says if Democrats want to pass a bill, they'll have to meet Republicans halfway. President Biden has called for a ban of assault-style weapons, something he helped put into effect when he was a senator, but the measure has since expired. He says if Congress doesn't act, he could take executive action. Reporting in Washington, I'm Kelly Meyer.
Lots of sun shining across the state line today. Could there be more coming for the rest of your work week? Kevin will let us know in his forecast next. You're watching Eyewitness News at 5.
Now your first warm weather forecast with meteorologist Kevin Dew.
It's been an awfully breezy day today to close out the weekend. Wind gusts for much of the day have been north of 30 miles an hour, even nearing 48 miles an hour at times. Now winds are slowly dying down here as we head on into the evening hours. They'll continue to die down through the night tonight. Eventually we'll be seeing some pretty quiet winds overnight, but these winds will pick back up through the day tomorrow. Starting in the morning, going to wake up to wind gusts around 20 miles an hour. Going to see those near 40 mile an hour gusts again through about midday, but this time those winds really aren't going to die down a whole lot as we head into tomorrow evening. Wind gusts going to stay around 30 miles an hour around midnight. They're going to hold pretty strong through the overnight, and that's going to lead to yet another very breezy day on Tuesday. And the reason for this wind is because we're sort of sandwiched between this system of low pressure up to the northeast and high pressure down to the northwest, and it creates a very tight what we call pressure gradient in between them. The pressure is changing pretty drastically over just a very short distance, and that is what really drives up our wind speeds. Now these winds are also the reason that temperatures were so much cooler today. 46 degrees today in Rockford. We did hit 50 for a brief time earlier this afternoon. Most of the area was stuck in the 40s though. 42 right now in Freeport, 43 up in Monroe, but you can see those strong winds making conditions feel more like the middle to upper 30s for the time being. And these winds are also the reason that we saw so much sunshine today, because these winds coming out of the northwest pulled a lot of drier air into the state line. Just seeing a few clouds overhead for the time being. In fact, this system of high pressure is influencing a huge portion of the country. As you can see, clear conditions stretching all the way out to parts of the western plains. Now here's a live look over the Poplar Grove Airport using our Mercy Health SkyTrack. We're just seeing a few light cumulus clouds overhead for the time being. In fact, these are my favorite type of cloud because its technical name is cumulus cloud, although it's just often referred to as fair weather cumulus clouds because of its association with some pretty nice weather, which we're seeing right now. Could be a little bit warmer though. But looking ahead with our future cast, partly cloudy sky is going to turn mostly clear through the night tonight and into tomorrow morning. Few clouds will likely come and go through the morning tomorrow, but overall we're looking at a mostly sunny Monday ahead, and you can see these winds really picking up now out of the southwest. That's really going to warm things up here as we head on through the day tomorrow. A few more clouds are going to be moving in overnight between Monday and Tuesday, really filling in through Tuesday morning. That's going to lead to some mostly cloudy conditions for the latter half of Tuesday, also going to lead to just a slight chance for a few light showers as we head on into Tuesday afternoon and evening as a cold front moves on through, cooling us down again just in time for Wednesday. Now tonight, temperatures going to fall down to near freezing, but we're a lot warmer tomorrow, up into the lower, possibly even middle 60s with tons of sunshine, but we are going to see winds pick up, gusting around 35 to 40 miles an hour at times. As we saw, temperatures are going to stay in the upper 50s for Tuesday, so just a little bit cooler before they plummet down to the lower 40s, possibly even upper 30s for Wednesday, lower 40s again on Thursday. But we recover fairly quickly. We're back in the mid 50s by Friday, 60s likely for next weekend.
Thanks, Kevin. Coming up, David Greenberg is in with sports. The Bulls welcome to town their most recent trade last night. David's got the reactions and more after the break.
Now, the Napleton Sports Desk with David Greenberg.
Last night, we got our first look at the new and improved Chicago Bulls, led not by one, but two All-Stars, Zach LaVine, and new addition Nikola Vucevic. In his debut, Vuce had 21 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists as the Bulls fell to the Spurs 120-104. Of course, you always want to see a win in a player's debut, but after all the moves the Bulls made at the deadline, it may take a few games for this team to fully mesh to each other's strengths. And that's exactly what Vucevic told the media in his post-game press conference.
I think that there's some good and some bad, but it was to be expected, and I think that we can all learn from it, and we do it's going to be a process as opposed to just going to happen overnight.
Playing with a player like that will take an adjustment period. It's going to take a period not only for him, but I think with everybody.
Checking out a quick college basketball story. We started with 9 Big Ten teams in the NCAA tournament, and we're down to the last one in the Michigan Wolverines. They lead Florida State in the second half. Hey Bears fans, got some news. If you weren't already going to struggle watching this team play in 16 games this season, now you'll have to suffer through 17 because this upcoming week, the NFL is set to announce its plan to expand the regular season by 1 week, having teams play 17 games instead of 16. Some players have taken to social media to express their lack of support, but after a pandemic year without fans, the league had to do something in order to recoup some of that lost revenue. The Ice Hogs fell to the Wolves last night by a score of 5-2. Tonight, they'll look to bounce back in the series finale. Puck drop set for 6 p.m. Make sure to tune back in tonight at 9 and 10. I'll have all those highlights. And in the NHL, the Blackhawks host the Nashville Predators, looking to recover from a 3-1 loss last night and pick up a win tonight as they head into a tough series with one of the top teams in the league in Carolina on Tuesday. Puck drop from the UC is at 7 p.m.
We're a team that, to be successful, we got to have work ethic and we got to have the mindset we're going to earn everything we get. And I thought yesterday they had that more than us. So, got to get back to it.
If you were hoping to catch the inaugural Food City Dirt Race at Bristol Motor Speedway, unfortunately, you have to wait one more day. The 250-lap feature race has been postponed to tomorrow as a result of some nasty weather down in Bristol, Tennessee, with heavy rains and flood warnings in the area. Again, that is postponed to tomorrow and is scheduled to get underway at 3 p.m. Central Time. With opening day less than a week away, I thought I'd end with a little baseball here. The storyline for the Cubs heading in is going to be how red hot will Jock Peterson stay come Thursday. Today, he cranked his 8th home run of spring training, but the Cubs are still trailing late in this one. Here's a sight White Sox fans are looking forward to seeing again. That's having Michael Kopech back on the bump. He came in for the 6th inning, gave up 2 runs, but did record a strikeout on the final out of the inning. The White Sox are also still behind a few runs in the 8th. As for sports, we'll be right back.
Here's a look at our first sworn interactive radar, sponsored by Rockford Auto Glass and more. And you can find this on mystateline.com. Lots of sunshine today, so of course that means no rain anywhere near the state line. Now these mostly clear conditions will stick with us through the overnight tonight and into tomorrow as well. We'll see a few clouds sort of come and go through, particularly in the morning tomorrow, but most of our Monday is going to feature some mostly sunny skies to ring in a new work week. So it's going to be significantly warmer out there. We're going to see highs in the lower, possibly even middle 60s, but it is going to be very breezy. Once again, wind gusts upwards of around 35 to even 40 miles an hour through the day. These winds are going to stay strong through the night, leading to another breezy day come Tuesday. We're going to cool off just a tad as we head on into our Tuesday. Temperatures drop into the upper 50s. We do see a slight chance for a few very light, isolated afternoon and evening showers as a cold front moves on through, and you can see that cold front plummeting our temperatures down to the lower 40s for both Wednesday and Thursday. We're back, though, in the mid-50s by Friday, 60s for the weekend. Good deal of sunshine in the week ahead as well.
Thanks for making us your home team. We'll see you at 10.